Good afternoon. Hello, Donna. Wrapping up a couple of last minute things before I get started. Hello, Carol. All right, I'm gonna grab my little co-pilot for today's live. Hello, Lisa from YouTube in Missouri. Pat. Hey, Shannon. Let me grab my little co-host real quick and we'll get started. Hey, Bubba. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. I know you just got cozy, but come here. Come here. Oh my goodness. Come here, Daddy. All right. Let's take this banner off. Oops, wrong banner. There we go. All right, let me get back to comments. Hello, Pat. Thank y'all for sharing. Hello, Beverly. All right, you guys. I already fed him. That way he's nice and content while I'm doing my live. But everybody, this is little Mr. Oreo. Say hey, Bubba. You want to say hey? Here, hold on. Let me get you a little bit better here. All right, there we go. There we go. We just wanted to make a quick little introduction, I guess. But this is Mr. Oreo. He is a couple of weeks old. He is a little black and white Tux kitty. Hey, Daddy, look. Say hi, Facebook. Hi, YouTube. Yeah. He's got some kind of dark blue eyes right now, but then again, kittens, when they are young, they all have blue eyes. And then several weeks into their growth, their eye colors change. But look at that. Say hi. Hi. Thank you. I'm gonna put him back. He's a little wiggly, but he was all nice and cozy. Let's put you back, Bubba. There you go. There you go. Okay. All right. Just wanted to look. I keep a milk bottle. I keep a milk bottle by my computer. I brought him in here with me for just a little while for today. That way I wouldn't forget to feed him. It's one of those like out of sight, out of mind things, and I haven't had babies in a couple of months. So I wanted to make sure that I was feeding him every few hours. So he eats every 3 hours, and so far we're going on like a good tablespoon of milk every 3 hours. So anyway, that's my baby. I'm gonna have him for a few weeks, and hopefully by the time my retreat comes around, he will be independent enough where I can let Mikey babysit him until it's ready. He's ready to go back and have his surgeries. So I want to welcome you all. Welcome. Happy Sunday, wherever you are. I am warm right now, so I'm really hoping that now that I've sat down and I just kind of chill a little bit with you guys, that it'll kind of cool off for me. So, but welcome. My name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that lives in the San Antonio, Texas area. I am live Sunday afternoons in order to show you pretty much all things Stampin' Up!, whether we're making a card or making a home decor project or a gift-giving item of some sort. But today, we haven't cased the catalog in a while, so I decided I wanted to case the catalog. Kind of getting a little more into the Christmassy, because y'all, next Thursday or Friday? I don't have a calendar in front of me. Let me see. Let's see this pop up. Next Thursday is already September, you guys. September. If y'all hear anything in the background, Mikey's cleaning the litter box. Just be glad there's not smell-o-vision, okay? But yeah, next Thursday, September 1st. And then also next Friday is obviously September 2nd, but my one and only son, I have a stepson, but my son, Mikey, is going to be turning 18. Can y'all believe that? He's a senior and he's 18. And we are just, oh, I know I am. We're like happy because that's like, we're halfway towards our goal of being empty nesters. Jacob's a sophomore, so we still got a couple of more years. But yeah, Chris and I are like doing the little kick, like fly, little birdies. That's his favorite little thing he does when we get all excited about being empty nesters. So yeah, 18. Oh my gosh. Well, y'all know back in July, I went to take him to do his senior photo session. And that was just a little, that was just a little too emotional there because that's the reality. They eventually graduate and move on. So, but welcome. Let me flip this camera. Actually, let me go ahead and just get these banners out of the way. These little quick announcements. What do we got going here? We have our spooky treats. That's not the one that I wanted to share this time. I put a different one up. Let's see if this one will. Y'all might not be able to read this, and I probably won't be able to read this. So let me zoom in a little bit. Actually, let me do this. I noticed there's a full screen little thing on here. Ooh, yay. Paper Pumpkin for October. Actually, this is, I think, September. Sometimes the months throw me off. But anyway, we have spooky treats. Don't let Halloween creep up on you. Get everything you need for cute, spooky themed crafts in our all-inclusive kit, and time to put the trick in the trick or treat. And my nose is wanting to drip. Hopefully y'all can't see that. This month's kit includes all the supplies you need to create 18 treat boxes. There's 6 of each, 3 designs. So if you have a small little group of trick-or-treaters, that'll be a nice, cute little gift to give them. Or maybe at work, if you have a small team of people you want to give a little Halloween treat to. It's a Halloween-themed photopolymer stamp set for this kit and more. And it has paper pieces and embellishments that you can mix and match to create freshly designs every time. So I don't think there's ever been a Halloween or kind of fall themed paper pumpkin kit that I've never been happy with. I've always been so happy with them. So let me exit that full screen. I just made it full screen so I can actually see what I was reading. But don't forget, you have until September 10th in order to start your subscription, or maybe you don't want Halloween and you want to pause it. You can certainly go out there and pause it, skip a month, skip this one. And or if you want a couple of kits, go and change your subscriptions. So I know a lot of people missed out on last month's and they're kicking themselves. And all I see is posts for people looking for that sunflowers kit. So the deadline is the deadline, September 10th, if you want to partake in next month's Paper Pumpkin. And if you're not familiar with Paper Pumpkin, it's our monthly paper crafting subscription service, basically. So every single month, you'll get a theme, different theme every month. It'll come with its own stamp set, ink spot, everything you need in order to create that month's projects, and it all gets delivered to your door. You do save a little more when you do the subscription because the subscription price includes the shipping. Otherwise, if you do prepaid, they're going to add shipping on to your total when you go to checkout. So just keep that in mind. And if you want more info, you can go to paperpumpkin.com and go check that out. We still have, make sure I pull up the right one. Yes, our Nourish and Flourish kit, $39. It includes that cute little lunch bag in that top left-hand corner. and also includes a kit. It's a non-stamping kit, so you don't have to worry about any stamping. But it makes 9 embossed card bases, 3 of each designs, includes coordinating envelopes. And what else do we got going on here? $3 of the sale from each one of these kits goes to food scarcity programs. And so at the end of this promotional period, which I believe is in January, Stampin' Up! Will be announcing how much money they're going to be donating to those particular programs. So just know that when you purchase this Nourish and Flourish kit, which is a great gift, Christmas is coming up. So if you have a good crafty person and you don't want to have to worry about them doing any stamping, all of the greetings in this particular kit are already pre-printed and pre-die cut, everything. So super easy. I did a live a couple of months ago about this, so if you want, you can go check that out. And then we have, last but not least, my fall retreat. There's one spot left, one spot, but you can take it to go. There is a to-go option available for $106, and that includes shipping. And you'll get your make and takes, your pillow gifts, your $50 Stampin' Up! Goodie bag. And like I said, that includes shipping. So the link is in the description, the event description. So if you want to take it to go, or if you're in the Texas Hill Country area or San Antonio, Texas area, or anywhere really, you want to come, there's one spot left. So you can pre-register with the link that you see there, scan that QR code, or go visit the link in the event description so that you can see what the make and takes are about and the 2 add-on classes and just some other stuff about the retreat. All right, and I think that is it. That's it. Let me take that off. Now, before I forget, because I know I'm going to forget. So yesterday I had my craft sale. There were some early bird shoppers and some trickled on the rest of the day. I decided to extend it. I don't know if y'all have seen the other posts that are on my Facebook page, but I extended it online and I posted 3 albums. One of them was bundles, and then stamp sets, and then paper pumpkin kits that I have left. A lot of I can't remember how many, but some of the paper pumpkin kits are already gone. But basically, I'm extending just those particular categories online. So if you, or maybe you have a customer, if you're a demonstrator, are looking for a past stamp set, a bundle, they are marked down. Y'all, I have so much stuff still left in here. It's still on the tables. I could have had another sale today if I wanted to, but yesterday was enough. But they are marked down. So go check them out. Make sure you look at the comments, though, under the pictures, because some of those things have already been claimed and put aside, and the packages are prepared and ready to go be dropped off at the post office. So it is first come, first serve. And so all you have to do is, if you see something you like, type sold in the comments. And then you can private message me your email address if you don't want to publish your email address, or if you don't mind, you can put sold and then your email address. It makes no difference, but that'll help me to send you the PayPal invoice. And you don't have to have a PayPal account in order to pay your invoice. It'll just ask you to put in a debit or credit card in order to do that. And then everything is added. You have to add shipping. I'll be invoicing for shipping, but I always look for the cheapest way or flat rate if it's best. On those paper pumpkin kits, if you're not concerned about the box, it actually is cheaper for me to take it out of the box and mail everything in an envelope, just so you know. The average price, I want to say it's like $8 or $9 to send in that box, as opposed to about $6 if it's sent in an envelope. So you save a little bit there as well. So let me flip this camera so that we can get started. Flip it. You should see, there we go. We got some prizes, which are going to be the cards from last week. Let me turn sideways and then let me do this. We are going to share Well, let me show you the prizes, by the way. Let's show the prizes. And then let me put this banner on. And I am not looking at the comments right now, but I do want to welcome everyone that's come in. I believe both of my mods are in the chat. Shannon's showing up as Stampin' with, come on, comments. Scrap and Stamp with Shannon. And then also Beverly Hassel is in there as well. So these are my mods and they help me out during my live. So if you have a question, and because I don't really look at the comments when I'm doing the demonstration, but if you have a question, feel free to ask. And if they see your question in there, they will do their best to answer it. And if we need to research something, I'll research something and get back to you when I take a look at the comments after the live. So yeah, so I want to welcome and thank them for spending their Sunday afternoons with me as well. Thank you all for sharing. Let me see if I can catch up just a little bit though. Donna started working on her paper pumpkin. This one yesterday. Love it. A lot of people love it. And I just keep seeing a lot of posts, people looking for this kit. So, and oh, by the way, hello, Bonnie. Thank you for sharing. I want to say I saw an email from Paper Pumpkin. Y'all know we normally have refill kits on our Paper Pumpkin kits. And somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but the demonstrators, we got, I don't know if everybody did, but I saw an email saying that they're not going to make refill kits for this one because it was so popular. And I was like, what? No way. But anyway, if I'm wrong, I'll correct myself later. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw that email directly from Paper Pumpkin. So that was kind of like sad news that there's not going to be refills for this. So if you were able to get a kit or two, consider yourself lucky. And I have seen so many alternative projects with this that it's just, they're all gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. But we're going to give away, I'm just going to do one drawing and give away all three. And these cute coordinating envelopes. Look at these envelopes, you guys. And then the back's got a little bit as well. But this was the cutest kit. I'm going to say this was the cutest kit by far. Well, maybe there was another one, but recently, this is the cutest kit by far that Paper Pumpkin has put out. And so 2 thumbs up from me for sure. And by the way, I wanted to also say, like last week, if you want to continue if you really like the sunflowers, don't forget in our annual catalog, we have Celebrate Sunflowers and the sunflower die. So you can still make some pretty cards that are sunflower themed. And if you were able to get a kit, you got some of this foil, this gold foil sheets. There was 8 sheets. That was the free gift that came with the kit. So you've got that. And then if you don't ever get rid of any of your retired stuff, some of you out there probably still have the embossing folder, the honeycomb embossing folder, and maybe the bumblebee trinkets. Like you can really just kind of go with it and make your own. But just keep that in mind. So we're going to give these away. Let me pull up I got to share my screen. See if I can get this on here. So Shannon, you heard that too, right? That's what I thought. I was like, are my eyes deceiving me with what I am reading here? All right. And I think you all can see the wheel. Yes, you probably can see the wheel. Let me get over here and shuffle these a few times. So I'm going to shuffle it. Shuffle, shuffle. If you like, comment, and share the videos that you watch of mine, you get entered onto this wheel. Just randomly still shuffling. It goes really quick. And if you share, you're on here twice. So whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, you can share my video. But you have to remember to come back in the comments and type share so I can give you that extra credit. And I think that's enough shuffling. There. Let's spin this. And see who wins. Mary Ann Sanders. I'm just writing her name down over here. Mary Ann Sanders. I don't know if you got this kit, but if you did, and you got 3 more cards. So congratulations. Oh, before I forget also, I have this up and I don't know if y'all can see this. I hope y'all can see this. I'm going to put the link to this in the, I got to go add it. I don't think it's out there right now. But beginning September 1st through the 30th, there's a little promotion called Perfect Partners. I hope y'all can see this. I am sharing my screen. And let me just scroll down here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 stamp sets in, I can't remember if these are in the annual or the mini, but I should have looked that up. But anyway, there are 6 stamp sets. Apple Harvest, Fresh Cut Flowers, This Birthday Piggy, Trimming the Tree, Waterfall Canyon, and Yeti to Party. If you've bought any of those stamp sets in the month of September, they are releasing the coordinating dies and offering the 10% bundled savings. Let me read what it says at the top. Bundle and save during this exclusive sale. These 6 new dies coordinate with sets in our current catalogs. So it must be both catalogs. These dies can be purchased separately or in a bundle with their coordinating stamps. And these are only going to be available for a limited time and while supplies last. Yikes. So I'll be putting this PDF flyer in my next newsletter so you can actually see it again there. But for those of you watching, if y'all have purchased or were thinking about purchasing any of these stamp sets, just know that you can get them as a bundle and get the bundle pricing in the month of September. Apple Harvest, Fresh Cut Flowers, This Birthday Piggy, Trimming the Tree, Waterfall Canyon, and Yeti to Party. All right, so let me stop sharing. Hope y'all were able to see all that. And let me get back into StreamYard. All right. Hello, Stella. Thank you for sharing. All right, so let me move these out of the way and then let's get started. What are we doing today? Well, because I haven't cased the catalog in a while, I wanted to case a couple of these cards from the Boughs of Holly suite that's in our mini catalog. So if you have a mini catalog, you can look at pages 24 and 25. We have a 2-page little spread here. Now, when I went to go put this together, which was this morning because I was running late, I realized I did not have the designer series paper. And I was like, what? And I thought about using that other designer series paper that carried over, but I was like, no. Let me just use something different. And I decided to use something from the Lights Aglow suite, and I'll pull it out here in a minute. But this is the entire suite. It comes with, well, I'm going to be using the Leaves of Holly. This Leaves of Holly bundle. So you've got this particular stamp set right here. And then we have coordinating dies. I love them. Very simple. So we're working with this particular bundle. And then we also have the woven ribbon. I love this ribbon. It ties beautifully. We're going to be using our blends on that. And then we also have the textural elements that we're going to be using. And then it's not part of this suite. It's part of the Lights Aglow suite, but we're going to be using the red and green adhesive back pearls, which I don't know where they get red and green. Well, the red's up there, but there's also like silver and gold as well. So I don't know why they left that, but it's called red and green adhesive backed pearls. We're going to be using those. And so this particular suite, like everything, if you wanted to get everything in the suite, the stamp set, the dies, the woven, and these textural elements and the designer series paper, this entire suite is $79.25. And stay with me because the monthly free kit in the mail with your order of $25 or more is going to be like this kit right here. I'll just to show you, everything's already cut for you, die cut for you, embossed. It has all your little pieces you need in order to make all 4 of these cards using the Hello Harvest bundle. Let me spread those out there. So you get a free kit in the mail with your order of $25 or more. And if your order's $50 or more, you're going to get a free coordinating accessory from me, which is a package of the basic rhinestone jewels. But we still have a few days left in celebration. So you also still get to choose a level $50 item from here. And I have no idea right now what is still available, but there's a little bit of everything. And yeah, so this goes through the end of August. So make sure you still take advantage of celebration. But I just wanted to kind of show you, if you like this particular suite, you can get a free kit. You can get a free package of accessories, the rhinestone jewels. You can also choose a level $50 item from the celebration brochure. So there's some freebies that come with this. So, and let me show you which ones we're going to be doing. Specifically, we're going to be doing this card right here, which let me bring this down a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. And I shouldn't have camera issues this time because my camera is taped down. Like there's no moving this camera. And then we're going to be working, I'm going to be doing this one. And I changed mine up just a little bit because I don't have that designer series paper. That's cute, but I did change it up just a little bit. I decided to use cherry cobbler instead of real red. So it's a little more subtle than that one there. So let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to get started with this one. I'm liking the real, like non-traditional colors with that particular card. So, and I have all my pieces here. So let's get all this out and get started. We are working with a soft suede card base. And I pre-scored that, but I just kind of wanted to put my, where's my other one here? Here we go. Use my bone folder to burnish that edge a little bit. And let's use Mossy Meadow. I feel like I'm going to hit my camera. Let me do something real quick. Okay, good. There was a little piece hanging off of my camera, and that's what I was afraid about hitting. All right, so I am using limited edition, which is our little stamp on the back. So if you need a little stamp set where you can stamp, it's handmade or whatnot. Oops, I hit the other part of the camera. Y'all don't realize it, but this camera is actually really low. But this time I'm going to use Handcrafted from the Heart. And I had to re-ink all of my ink pads. So hopefully these all, and this is a landscape card. So let me turn it the right way. And let's stamp that on the back. Okay. And then I have I'm telling you, this thing is really low, you guys. I'm going to probably hit it every now and then. We're going to put a piece of basic white on the inside. I just have to remember not to put my hands up so high. So let's put that on the inside. I love casing the catalog. It makes for easy designs and just shows you that you too can make these cards that you see in our catalog. show you how easy it is. Us demonstrators, we get what they call sample recipes, and it kind of gives us a supply list of what they use. Like when you see a card made in our catalog, it kind of gives you a guide of what they used in order to create the card. Sometimes it doesn't always list everything. And I found this out on the second card that we're doing today. Let me take a quick drink. But I figured it out. Okay, so for this card, we are going to be using Mossy Meadow. So for those of you that don't have access, you're not demonstrators, but you want that inspiration, I'm going to show you what you need in order to create these cards. So for this one, we're going to be using Mossy Meadow and Old Olive. Let me just double check something real quick. And I keep feeling like my stomach is going to growl. So if y'all hear some growling, it's probably my stomach. I did eat this morning, but maybe I just didn't eat quite enough. Okay, so I definitely want to get my chamois because I know I have used these colors on the second card, and I don't remember cleaning, but we're going to be using all four of these two just stuck together. There we go. We're going to be using all four of the stamps that are in the stamp set. All right. And let me go ahead and clean all of these just to make sure. We got some stamping, and then there's also some non-stamping going on here. So let me see if I can get this right. Put that aside. Let me see if I can get this right the first time. All right. And let me pull this up so you guys can actually see what I'm doing. We're going to go and start with the darker color first. So we're going to start with Mossy Meadow. And I'll go ahead and open Old Olive while I'm opening. Put that aside. So let's start with the darker color. And we're going to take, you have to pay attention. I don't guess it really matters, but for me, that's just me like trying to really case it. But you have to pay attention to the design of the leaf. And so this one, Mossy Meadow. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm doing it because some of these are darker and then some of these are stamped off. So we're going to start with, like I said, I just re-inked these pads. So hopefully I will get what I need out of these. All right, so we got that one. And then we have this one. You'll see it when I stamp it, which design it was. Just making sure. Add a little pressure. So it's that one. It's a little larger. And then we have, is it this one? No, it's this one. No, it's this one. It's this one. We're going to still do this one in Mossy Meadow. Yeah, this one was a dark one. I hope I'm doing this right. I think I remember. For some reason, I'm thinking this other one was Old Olive. I should have wrote these down. All right, it's probably going to be just slightly different, but okay, we're going to go for it. Yeah, definitely need to do some re-inking here. Sometimes it works better just to get a new pad. Okay, so for this one, we're going to do some stamping off because I think my Old Olive, yeah, there we go. All right, so we're going to do, so I can get that right. We're going to put one right there. It's a little lighter. And then, is this the same one? Stamp off. I'm going to do a lighter one there. So we kind of have this little hodgepodge happening in the center there. And then let me just do, it's probably not even the same one. Talking to myself, you guys. I don't know. For some reason, my old olive is stamping like my mossy meadow, but maybe I need to re-ink my old olive too. I think I got them all. Yeah, I got them all. Okay, so basically this is the base. Like I said, the colors I used was mossy meadow and old olive, but you know, if you want to mix it up, you can mix it up a little different when it comes to stamping off. You're not going to see all this mess in the middle, so just know that. Okay, so let me go ahead and stamp while I have this open. Let me go ahead and stamp, and I didn't take out these little pieces in the center. I'm going to just take these little pieces out real quick. I should have popped these out already. They come out pretty easy. But we're going to stamp our greeting. Pop those two little out. We're going to stamp our greeting, which is what I use on there. Season's Greetings. I use Season's Greetings, and I'm stamping it in Mossy Meadow. Just make sure when you re-ink it, if it doesn't go on there even, or if you don't spread it out like with your bone folder or a brayer or something, you want it's going to be like dark in some areas and light in some areas. So I think I got it. Oh no, I didn't. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, let's go for it. And it's photopolymer, so you can see exactly where you're going to be stamping. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So let me close those up. And then we can start to assemble. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on the front so that we can build up the front of this card. And there we go, this way. Okay, so put that in the center. I love how these colors like really coordinate with each other. All right, and then we need, let me cut the edge off here. That was from card number 2. We need a couple of pieces that are kind of go across the front. Let me cut a second piece. And then we'll kind of tell you how much. That was about 4.5 inches. About 4.5 inches. Now, they do use tear and tape. So I found it easy to put the tear and tape on here. So we're just going to put the tear and tape directly on this right here. Okay. And then let's take that off. Finding the tip of the Take Your Pick a lot easier to pull that off. And then these 2 pieces, just put them over, and that's what helps hold down this ribbon. You can certainly fray the edges if you'd like. It frays very, very easy, just to kind of rough it up a little. Okay. And then we have, I'm going to put these on with glue dots, but we have this die cut. This one was die cut in soft succulent. And I just had my Take Your Pick, you guys. Okay, here it is. It is amazing how quickly you can lose something on a desk. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm putting glue dots. I used glue when I did mine, but I was like, no, let's just use glue dots. Okay, so let's put this one kind of right there. And then, oops, made another glue dot. one right there. Okay, and then this one's going to go kind of right there. And then I have die cut these. I used the same one, and after I did that, I realized there was actually two different sizes of these like little sprigs. And so all of mine have the same one. Just know that there is another one that's slightly larger than this one. And I'm just using a glue dot. And we're going to put one of these right there. And then get another glue dot on the base. I'm going to stick one kind of right there. And then this last one, there's the end of my glue dots. We're going to stick the other one right there. And then we're going to put, you got to be careful with this particular die cut because this little piece is loose. That's just part of the holly here. Poke those little pieces out. And then let's take our backings off. Oops, sorry about that. And then this is going to go in the center. Okay, that's going to cover up all that happening in the middle there. And then we're going to take our green. We'll just use this side over here. We're going to take our little green pearls and put a couple of them here, and then we'll throw one there and another one right there. And there you have it. There is card number 1, cased from page 24 in the catalog. See what you think. I'm loving those colors. I just got to figure out why my old olive is stamping like my mossy meadow. But yeah, I'm really liking that. I'm really liking that. See how easy it is? And then on the inside, if you wanted to stamp before you put this piece of white down, if you wanted to stamp your sentiment, and maybe on like the corner, you wanted to stamp one of these holly leaves, you can certainly do that just to add a little bit on the inside too. But this would be a really cute and easy. Once you had all your die cut pieces and everything ready, this would be a really simple Christmas card in order to send out. Because y'all, Christmas is coming. It's already going to be September. All right, so let me set that one aside. And then let me show you. The other one that I'm going to be casing is this one. And here we go. I've changed mine up just a little bit, but that just shows you too that, you know, you work with what you have and you can get creative. And if you don't have that designer series paper, or you don't want to invest in the whole package, there's something else that you can use as well. So let's get started with this one, because this one's got a lot happening with it. I don't know, unless you like die cutting and a lot of steps in your cards, this may be one, like if you have somebody that's like truly super special that you would want to invest some time in. This one takes a little bit. So let's go ahead and get started on that one. I don't know that I would do like mass ones of that one because, but I might do a couple of them. But this one has a lot of moving pieces in it. So we're going to go ahead and on the sample, it actually calls for real red cardstock, but I decided that I wanted to use, let me stamp this in Mossy Meadow so it stands out against that dark. I decided to use Cherry Cobbler. So for mine, I'm using Cherry Cobbler, and let's stamp the back. This is going to be a portrait card. There we go. And I think that one's it. Yay, that's it. And then we have our piece for the inside, just basic white. My stomach is feeling like it's going to start growling again here. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's do this. All right, so now we have our little inside there. Now, for the front, let me show you what I use for the front. You can certainly use the Designer Series paper. I want to say in the sample, it probably used this one right here, which is like the back part of one of the poinsettia pieces, the Designer Series paper. That's the one they used. But what I wanted to use, because I haven't yet used it yet, is this Festive Foils Designer Series paper. There are 3 colors in with this paper. It is, let me just show you. Just because it matched, but there's cherry cobbler, this little gold foil snowflake on it, very simple. But there's also, it also has a sheet, there's 2 sheets of each one, so there's 6 sheets total. You've got soft succulent, and you can see the snowflake on that one, and then also gold, but the gold one is like lines of dots, a couple of different size dots. So that's what I decided to use on, oops, fill down. That's what I decided to put on the front. And this particular piece, I'm going to use some glue. That way I can get it into place. This is going to cover up the whole front of the card. Okay, so that would mean this piece right here would be like, oh my gosh, I cut it too short. And I just put glue on the back of it. How in the world did I do that? Okay, let me put this aside because I might be able to save that piece. Dag nabbit. Okay, let's do this. Let me get my other sheet. Means I gotta cut another sheet real quick. Let me double check just to make sure. Okay, so if it's gonna cover up the whole front, it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't do that. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I'm so used to cutting 5 1/4 because that's like the standard base. But so I got the width right. I just didn't get the length. All right, let's try this again. Get that on the edge as far as I can get it on the edge. Okay. And then we're going to put this on the front. So this is going to cover the entire front. And then I used glue so I could kind of move this into place. There we go. All right, let me set that aside and bring this back because I've got a piece of basic white. And this piece right here is 3 inches by 4 1/2. Okay, 3 inches by 4 1/2. And on this one, we're going to be using Sahara sand. Sorry about that. I'm going to be using Sahara sand, and I'm definitely going to have to clean my leaves again. So let me clean those. Actually, what I'm doing on mine is I'm going to clean all of my leaves again, but on the sample recipe description, it calls for blends. And so I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm thinking what they did, because of the way the picture looks, is I'm thinking they did like the dies, like on the die cuts of the dies, they put them down and did like with Sahara sand, they blend it over them. So they get like the opposite effect. That's what it looks like they did. I'm just going to stamp the dies because I don't feel like blending today. I don't. I mean, I'm trying to make sure these are really clean because I'm going to be using lighter colors, and these all had darker colors on them. So if you want to go for that negative look, you can do not negative, not like bad, but negative, like using the dies as the template to do your blending. You can do that. Okay. On this one, I'm just going to be random because I couldn't figure out which ones they were using, but I'm using Sahara sand, and I want these to be light. So I am just stamping off, and I'm going to use all 4 of these. Okay. Dip it in Sahara sand and stamp it. Dip it, stamp off, and there we go. And then one more. There we go. And that's it for Sahara sand. We're going to be using soft suede here in a little bit, but this gets your back stamped. And then we're going to put, we'll go ahead and put this up. We're going to go ahead and put this down. I did use dimensionals, but you can certainly put this flat on this piece right here, but I wanted it to stand up a little bit. There's a lot of dimension happening with this particular card, by the way. I'm sorry I keep hitting it, but at least the camera's not falling off like it did last time. Okay, so we got this, and we're going to put that in the middle. So you want this to be 3 by 4.5, so you've got a good, you see a lot of that designer series paper on the edge. And then y'all remember the snowflakes that came back? They returned these from last year. What are these specifically called? We'll reach the package here. All right, stuff's falling now. Wonderful snowflakes. That's what they're called. We're gonna put a couple of these on there, and they are already pre-die cut for you. You just got to take them off, but you do want to be careful. That way you don't rip them because they are kind of delicate. Okay, and then we're going to put these on with some glue dots. And there's 2 sides to these depending on what side you want. There's a shiny side. I don't know if y'all can see it. That's the shiny side. And then the other side's more like a matte side. So if you don't want the shiny part, just know that you just flip it around and use the other one. Okay. And we're going to use glue dots. I'm only using 1 in the center. And that one's going to go right there. We'll make sure it stays on your card. Otherwise, it could get clipped off there. And then we're going to put the other one down here. I'm going to have to take a sip of my tea. Okay, hold on. Let's do this. And then I have all my die cuts. Got a lot of die cuts. That's why I said this one has a lot of moving parts in it. And so we did 1 die cut in crumb cake. This one was done in crumb cake. And I'm just going to put these down because y'all, let me just use glue. I always forget, and I know some of y'all do too, but I always forget that we have adhesive sheets that make it so much easier to put these delicate dies down. I always forget. And I was like, dang it, after I did all of these die cuts, I was like, I'm going to have to break out the glue. And it was just one of those like, ugh. I could have had these on already. You can also use, if you don't want to use the all-purpose glue, you can also use, we have the what is it called? Fine tip glue. I was wanting to call it delicate, but it's fine tip glue that goes on clear, but this one will dry clear as well. Okay, so we're going to put this one kind of right there. That one has to go down first because that's like the bottom layer. Okay, so while that one is drying, we can assemble the other two. And this is where in the sample instructions, all it had was like old olive cardstock. But I was like, that picture, those are two different types of colors there. So I decided the part that's missing is the top piece here. And I die cut this detailed piece in Mossy Meadow. That way you would get that contrast that shows in the catalog. Because if you had done old olive on top of old olive, you wouldn't get that contrast. And so I was like, yeah, there's a step missing there. But if you're not too concerned about that, I'm just going to dot some glue so this will stick to the solid one. Kind of here and there. Once again, if you have adhesive sheets, use them. It'll make this part so much easier. So much. Okay, so all I'm doing is matting that detailed piece on top of the solid piece. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing for this other one. Just a dot. Try to get some over here. That way it sticks all the way around and in the middle. I'm going to learn the hard way by using those adhesive sheets. All right, I think that's good. And same here. And get that on there. There we go. All right. Let me close up that glue. And then we're going to put these on with, you guessed it, dimensionals. I'm going to put one on the top and one on the bottom. And this one is going to go kind of right there. And then same with this one. A couple of dimensionals. Oops, sorry. That's going to happen. This one's going to go right here. Okay. And then I also have this little berry. The little berry. Let me get that middle piece out there. Maybe I probably should have done this one too. You've got this berry detail, and I decided to use cherry cobbler as well. But if you're using real red, you can use real red. Let's see, get enough glue on there so it sticks. And see if I can flip that over and get this. Oh, come on now. Get that. There we go. I guess if you wanted to, you could use, if you wanted like a different color red, you could use real red as your solid piece and cherry cobbler on the top. If you wanted a little, you wanted a couple of colors on there. So dimensional on there. And then we're going to put this one kind of down here in the corner. And then while I still have this up, there is a die in the die set that I decided to use this one. Originally, I had done another one, but I was like, no, let me go ahead and just use the die that's part of the set. But we're going to stamp our sentiment in soft suede. And I decided to change the sentiment. The one in the catalog says to friends near and far. And I decided I wanted to use Merry Christmas wishes. So I'm gonna see if I can stamp this the first time, and let me ink this up really good, make sure it's gonna be even, because this is soft suede and I had to re-ink mine as well. Okay, and photopolymer is going to help with placement there. Yay! Christmas wishes. And let's put a couple of that one. Make sure. Okay, so on this one, this part is going to hang off of this, and this white is the one that's on the it's up with dimensionals. So if you don't want it to be, you know, kind of, I know you probably can't see this from this angle, but if you want it to be flat on the part that's popped up already and be able to attach this dimensional to this piece, then you only want to put the dimensional on the back left, and then on the other side you want to put a glue dot so that it attaches to this piece of designer, that piece of cardstock. Okay, otherwise it's going to be like kind of offset. Take that back off. That would help, Barbara. Okay, so now we got that. And there we go. Let me just kind of, is that crooked? Make sure it's straight. I'm looking at it from, that'll work. That'll work. Okay, now we're still not done. We still have a couple of steps left. So let me grab this back, because we're going to be coloring our woven ribbon, which is like a cotton ribbon, and they are using the soft succulent Stampin' Blends. And I decided to use the lighter color. If you want to use the darker one, you can do that. But we're gonna color, and I'm only doing like the top part. I know y'all probably seen this in the catalog, and I like the way it does not bleed. And so you can go back over it if you want to go back over it and darken it. I need to do enough to make a good sized bow here. I think that's enough. Okay. And then let me go ahead and cut this, and then I can trim it if I need to trim it. So it's darker on the side that you color, and then the flip side is like lighter, even though it's already in the light blend. So really, whichever side you want to use, whichever way you tie your bow, let me put it to you that way, is what side's going to show. And when I tied my bow, the lighter side showed. I don't know how I did that, but but I did kind of do the bunny ear, and then I had to kind of mess with my bow a little bit to get it to be like a pretty bow, at least. So let me work with this here and see how it's like twisted. Like in my mind, it's already twisted, so it was kind of hard for me to get it back to where it's like just a regular bow, where everything's kind of going in the same direction. So I'm sure those of you that tie bows or really like to tie bows, y'all know the way to do that. But just had to do a little twisting. And then just whatever size bow you want to have on your card, you can do that. And then we're going to just trim off some of that edge there. Make sure I trim it the right way, or whatever angle you want to use on your bow. All right. And then we're going to put, let me just leave that off to the side, and I'm going to put that on last. And there's a reason why. Because this little fella right here in the middle, I thought it was going to be just as simple as putting one of these textural elements down, like, and just be done with it. Oh, no. That would be like too easy, right? No, what they did is they pulled out the gilded leafing and put gilded leafing on this. And I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. Here we go with another long step. So I'm going to show you. The good thing is when they did this, whoever did this, at least in the instructions, all they used was the multi-purpose glue. So I was like, yay, I don't have to break out the heat and stick stuff and anything else. So we're going to smear. I'm going to smear glue on these little circles, just enough. It doesn't have to be a lot. Literally, it does not have to be a lot because that gilded leafing is going to stick. And you only want to get it on the front. If there's too much anywhere, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be a hot little mess. So I'm just trying to get a little bit on these little stems, just enough for a little bit of that gilded leafing. Okay, so I think that's good. Now, for those of you that have not seen gilded leafing, y'all know it can be messy, okay? And let me show you. Mine is in a bin, and I still have some in. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Let me put this off to the side because here's my bin. I've got some loose gilded leafing in there, and then I also didn't mean to leave that in there, but the tweezers from the new embossing tray. Let me get a good grip on this. Okay, so I got this is the glue side. For the gilded leafing, I'm just going to use the little pieces that are already kind of stuck in there. And look at that. So I'm going to do this inside. I'm going to do this inside my little tray here because this is actually what the canister looks like. Okay, so I have everything in here. And then I also have like one of our old sponges, but you can use a little brush or anything like that. I just want to, I'm lightly like blending this in. That way it sticks. And I know some of you are like, oh no, I'll just leave that little piece off. That's too much. I would not blame you unless you really like this particular detail. It is a nice little detail, but and then if it's still not shiny enough, then just dip it back in your gilded leafing, and it's just going to pick up a lot more. So that's why this stuff right here, you don't want to have like the fans blowing. And this is why I decided to do this one last, because if I had any glue on my fingers, like that gilded leafing would stick to my nail polish, everything. Let me get a brush and brush some of that off. This is probably too big of a brush, but I want to get as much as that gilded leafing off that I possibly can. If you want to flip it over and go on the back as well, we don't need all that extra that's kind of hanging off. We just want it to be on this little bitty piece of. It might take a moment to get some of that off on the inside. Of course, an easier thing would be to just put Wink of Stella on it. The glitter in a brush. That would be the easy way to decorate that. But then it wouldn't be gold. It would be kind of silvery, glitterish. But I think that would still be it would still be equally cute. Okay, so I got most of it off. Sorry about that. Now this piece is going to go right there. Okay, so we're just going to put this on with glue dots, and I'll put a glue dot down there. I'm going to put one definitely at the top. Ooh, you want to be careful with that too, because you might break your little piece of wood there. And then I'm going to put one at the bottom. if it'll come off. One more time. There we go. Okay. So I got some glue dots. Oh, that one came off. Got some glue dots on the back. That one wants to come off on my finger. There we go. Stay. There we go. All right. Now we can put this on. We're just going to put this on literally right there. All right. And then that ribbon, I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on the back center. And then this one's going to kind of go over at the bottom of where that stem is. Let's give it just a little pressure. And finally, we have card number 2. Just slightly different. Let me bring this up. Slightly different than the one in the catalog, because I did change the sentiment. I changed the sentiment, which also I decided to use the die cut instead of to friends near and far, and that looks like just a plain square. I thought that die cut gave it just a little bit extra little touch on there. Like I said, there's a lot of moving pieces with this card, and I didn't mind doing it. And then I also changed the color from the designer series paper to that foil, and then it went from real red, and I used cherry cobbler. So you can kind of see how using cherry cobbler tones down the card a little bit, but it also gives you an opportunity to throw in some of those snowflakes. So if you have any of those snowflakes left over, you can certainly use those. So let me do this. Let's do this. Let's see if I can get all of this in the same. Let me bring this up just a little bit. Okay, so I got that. Let's just do this. Let's just do one and then do the other one right there. So what do you guys think? Let me take a look at the comments and catch up on the comments. See, I'm not the only one. Shannon always forgets to use the adhesive sheets too. I'm not alone. Let's see. Jess loves it. Love it. It's this one. Shirley's pretty. Joanne's pretty. Pat. You like card number 2? I like the challenge. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes it's about the challenge, right? Like, I could do that, you know? But I love the inspiration that we can get from our own catalogs. I mean, those are ideas. I never throw my catalogs away, because even if like the products are long gone and have gone bye-bye and, you know, whatever, you still have great layout ideas, you know? And for those of you that, you know, keep your retired stuff, you know, these are things that you can replicate over and over and over. You know, like this one, I don't think I ever would have thought to put all of those colors together, because when I think of holly leaves, you know, you think of the green and the red, and, you know, you kind of go with those traditional colors. But this one's really cute. I like that one. So yeah, hello, Roberta. Lisa's great cards today. Yay. I'm glad you all liked the cards. So this is funny. I put a label on, just put a label on her die cut machine that says, P.S. need adhesive sheets. I totally get that. I totally get. So if I show up at a retreat and I'm wearing an adhesive sheet, you know, that's going to tell me that I might want to use adhesive sheets if I need to. All right. I think I caught up. If I didn't, I know there's a lot of comments, but I'm seeing all your compliments, and thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, wherever you are. It's sunny here in San Antonio, and I know I went a little bit over, but I knew it would take a little time for at least that one right there, just because that one had so many pieces in it. But I hope you enjoyed the demonstration, casing the catalog. I love it. I love casing the catalog. Makes for an easy live, but also to show you, if you didn't know the pieces that are and the colors that went into this, it helps share with you to do that. And then if you need to modify the cards, you can easily modify just a tad, or with what you have. So you don't actually have to have all of the products specifically. If you have things that are similar that will also work, you can still. Y'all have a great day wherever you are. Enjoy your Sundays. Take care. Oreo says bye. No, he's really snoozing right now. I put my shirt that I wore yesterday, I put it down in his little bin that he's in, and he is just all over that shirt because he probably thinks I'm sleeping in there with him. Get down to the end here. There we go. All right. So y'all all enjoy the rest of your day, and we keep a lookout for a new layout Wednesday morning, a new layout video that'll post. Otherwise, I will see you all next Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we will be going over the next free card kit in the mail for September. So we'll see y'all later. Bye.